We're talking to Matthew Johns from Rackspace about speed plus uptime equals more revenue. Tell me about it.
Certainly. Well, there's been quite a few studies recently that have proven that even having 1 second's delay in your web page loading can actually reduce the effectiveness of it and could lose you money. For example, if you were a website earning 100,000 euros in a day, then over the course of a year you could lose 2.5 million euros of revenue just because people get bored sitting there waiting for your website to load.
So and Google talks about this a lot as well. It's a little bit theory sometimes to me, but can you see it in practice as well?
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, we all expect everything to be delivered to us instantly. You know, if you have to wait more than a couple of seconds for a web page to load, you'll go somewhere else. If you have to wait more than 30 minutes for your food to be delivered, you'll go somewhere else. So, you know, I think we all prove it to ourselves every single day. No matter what we're doing, we want it now.
You deliver data center services or Akamai type services?
So we provide hosting services, a combination of dedicated hosting, so servers that are leased by customers that are not shared, and also cloud hosting services. And we work with partners like Akamai to make sure that customers do get really good experiences for their end users.
Those partners, to be honest, are often quite technical, and if you talk about this story, you need to help us, right? So how do you help your customers?
We work very much in a consultative manner. So when we talk to a customer, we will initially spend some time trying to understand what it is they're actually doing, what they're trying to achieve, who they're targeting. So we can then actually understand what hosting solution might be best for them. Then once we've understood what hosting solution works for them, we can then actually work to design that based on their current level of traffic, but also to help them to plan for what their future level of traffic will look like, but also future technologies they should start to think about. There's lots of, for example, e-commerce businesses and e-retail thinking about big data now, so that's something that we're starting to work on a lot with our customers.
But then the next day I upload a 10 megabyte picture and I'm fucked. So what do you do then? Do you even notice that I'm doing that?
So it depends on what the solution is that you've got with us. If we're monitoring your website and you've asked us to, and we're looking at that specific thing and the speed of it, then absolutely, if we get an alert for it, we can then troubleshoot for that for you and be the first point of call for you.
Right, so we're talking about speed plus uptime equals revenue. So let's say I hire you to manage my speed. Okay. What do you do?
Well, we'll work with you to look at your website, and you'll obviously maybe have a solutions partner who'll work with one of our other partners like Magento or Sitecore to actually design and build your site. We'll then build the infrastructure for you to host that and then deliver that to you through our data centers, which all have high-speed links and potentially may use Akamai, for example, if that's relevant to your particular use case. And then we'll be able to provide you a high-speed solution, uptime, monitoring and reliability and support every hour of every single day.
Uptime monitoring, but also you also do speed monitoring and then advise on what to do with the speed?
Speed monitoring, not so much, because speed is one of those things that's very hard to predict, because speed from one location can be very different to speed from another location, and there's so many different...
Well, I use a tool like Pingdom and it works fine for me.
Absolutely, yes, but speed, it depends on what we're talking about. Speed of connection to the server, connection to the website loading itself. We have a selection of different tools that we can use, but it depends on what the customer wants, how much they're willing to pay, what support they need, what tools they want to use. So absolutely, that is part of the service we can offer to customers.
From a hosting perspective, do you do things differently for mobile customers?
For mobile customers, not so much. Most customers have some form of mobile use case for whatever they're doing. So we have lots of businesses that are hosting mobile apps with us. In fact, we signed a deal recently with one of the national broadcasters in the Netherlands to host a mobile app. So we do that for all sorts of customers.
What's the fastest website you've ever seen?
Oh, fastest website I've ever seen. It's hard to tell. Sometimes Google works really well, but then Google is kind of the expert at this whole game, right? It depends. Google's always the good one.
Google's the benchmark, you could say.
Everyone aims to be like Google when you're looking at websites, but then you look at the Google site and there's not much there initially, is there? So just having the box and everything load come up quickly. So
yeah. Maybe that's the trick.
Minimalism, it's the only way forward.
Okay, thank you very much.